last 5 years of my life, I have been extra soft on myself. Experiencing some traumatic events paired with recovering from a restrictive mindset in my teen years really shaped me into the kind of person who became so afraid of self-discipline that I forgot what it feels like to put my mind to something and achieve it. I'm here today to show you the ways that I have been working to change this for myself. I do have a psychology degree. I also have studies in counseling as well. I'm not currently a practitioner, so please take that with a grain of salt. Number 1, utilize the visions that you get of your highest self. Whether this is scrolling through Pinterest or whether it's reading a novel and really resonating with a character, or watching a TV show and resonating with a character. For me personally, it's Pinterest. I really utilize these images that I get as my consciousness showing me what I want and what I could have if I let myself feel like I deserve it. Number 2 is realizing that I can actually change overnight. Neurologically, when we're talking about building habits, this isn't really correct. Like, it does take quite a while to implement real change. However, if you decide today that you are going to become 100% mindful and present in your day and make decisions that honor your highest self, and you choose that mindset every day, you will change. Yes, change happens over a long period of time, but it is your daily behaviors and actions that affect what the outcome is. All of the external things that you want, the physical health, the travel lifestyle, the personal style, whatever it is, that is all just an external reflection of your mindset. Once you've begun your change, you tell yourself that there is no version of you that exists in any reality that is going back. I tell myself this every day to avoid what I like to call the metering effect. The metering effect is when someone essentially measures how consistent they've been with something. I think at the beginning that's fine. However, as humans, we do have a tendency to self-sabotage, and we do that when we feel like we've fallen off track. So I think it is really important to shift your perspective if you find that's not working for you, and start to view whatever it is that you're trying to incorporate into your life as just a natural part of you. When you're forming a new identity, that identity is not someone who tracks their progress, who tracks their habits. That is someone who just embodies those habits and all of the traits that you want. Number 3 is realizing that our inner worlds are just our inner world. If we want something, how do we bring that into our external reality? I know for me, I'm someone who romanticizes the heck out of my life and out of the things that I want. When I stopped and took inventory of my surroundings and my life, I realized that half the things that I would romanticize and dream about were not a reality for me. How can you bring all of the things that you want out of your head and into your life? Number 4 is just eat well. I had a whole spiel planned about this, but instead I'm just going to ask you one question. Would you feed your 3-year-old self the kinds of foods that you feed yourself every day as an adult? Obviously, I know that a child's diet is very different from an adult's diet, but I really wanted to look at this from a different perspective. If you had your 3-year-old self sitting in front of you right now, would you cook them what you've been making yourself, put it on a plate, hand it over to them, and feed them? If the answer is yes, then you are probably nourishing your body. You see food as medicine, you see food as valuable. If you're thinking no, maybe that could be a good indication that this is an area that you could look at. Adults have so much autonomy, and that is not always a good thing. It really is up to us to hold ourselves to high standards and treat ourselves as if we are precious, because we are. Number 5 is do things that you love every single day. I personally have written a list down of all the things that I absolutely love, like coffee, flowers, reading, and I make sure to incorporate this into my life every single day without fail. Number 6 is be so picky about what you spend your money on. Personally, for me, I will only buy something if I have the intention to curate it. I have a very specific style, and I have a very specific aesthetic that I like, that makes me feel good, that makes me feel like myself. And if I see something that aligns with that look or with that feel, or it has value to me, I will curate it. I am not a big spender. I am someone who is currently saving for an international trip. I see money as very valuable and very precious, but I also see myself as valuable and precious. And if I'm working super hard and I see something cute that I like that is, you know, not a ridiculous price range, I'm gonna get it for myself. It enriches my life. It's something that I do to show myself that I love myself. This leads me on to the next point, which is throw out any old old, ratty, dirty loungewear or pajamas. I honestly was embarrassed when I realized that my standards have dropped so low for myself. I was walking around in pajamas that were like 4 sizes too big, probably had stains on it, were 5 years old, and I realized that I started to feel really bad about myself because I wasn't caring for myself. So I put aside a little bit of money and I went out and replaced all of my loungewear and all of my pajamas. I actually just went to Kmart and Cotton On Body. I bought this from Kmart, by the way, and I just bought pajamas and loungewear that I felt really reflected me and made me feel beautiful. Now, whenever I'm just lounging around the house, sitting there, no makeup on, not doing anything, I still feel really good about myself and I feel like I'm caring for myself. Number 8 is be disconnected from the outcome and completely involved in the process. I think it is so easy to become so obsessed with goals and wanting to see the effects of those goals, but long-term goals are achieved through being mindful and present every single day. Every decision that you make has a consequence. Leo Skepi talks a lot about this in his YouTube video. I think it's called Self-Control. He basically explains that every behavior that you act out has a consequence, and it is up to you to choose the consequence that you want. Sometimes both consequences are crappy, like maybe you have a plate of food in front of you that you know is probably not going to taste the best, but you know that it's going to give you this huge burst of nutrition that your body just needs and craves. It's better to choose that than choose something that is not nourishing for your body and is probably going to make you feel physically sick. Number 9 is operate as if you are your own best friend, because you are. Guide yourself, correct yourself, be there for yourself, and celebrate yourself. Sometimes I think it helps to even just voice aloud to yourself how you're feeling or what you're confused about or what you're upset about. If there's anything that you feel like you need to just get out of your chest, just speak to yourself. I do it occasionally if I just really feel like I need to hear my thoughts out loud to move past it or problem solve or validate myself. Thank you guys for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. This is definitely a topic that I am passionate about. I don't usually make these kinds of videos, but it is a video type that I've been wanting to make for a long time now. I hope that you guys have the absolute best day. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you do like my content, and I will see you guys in the next video.